I've been getting a lot of people popping up in the comments section on social media or bursting into my mentions on Twitter, expressing opinions and expecting me to reply. Some of them have been getting quite aggressive when I don't reply, and those guys, because it almost always is guys, tend to get super annoyed when I delete their obviously argument-seeking comments. Which I also delete, by the way, and I'll keep deleting them until they get the message.
How dare you delete my argumentative rant? I know, I'll send you an argumentative rant about it. There, that'll show you.
There's this expectation that's arisen that if some stranger talks at you, you're required to answer back. It's a false expectation, but the egg-pictured newcomer accounts on Twitter act this scenario out on a daily basis.
Debate me.
No. Just because you say something doesn't mean anyone has to reply. You can crow and strut all you like about freedom of speech, but here's the thing. You can have your freedom of speech if you want it, but I have the freedom to ignore you. I also have the freedom to delete the trolling, the argument baiting, and the general nastiness if I want to. Why? Because freedom of speech, that right that you keep trying to wave at anyone who isn't happy with the bio that you spit out, only means the US government can't stop you saying what you want, not that anyone else can't. I'm not the US government, you might have noticed. Hell, I'm not even a US citizen, I'm British. You might be able to tell by the accent. And that means I don't have to put up with any of your nonsense. I'm not required to give you a forum for your opinions. If you want to express your views, you can go ahead and do that. But you need to do it elsewhere, rather than setting up on my lawn.
But if I do that, who will listen to my opinions? I need validation, damn it.
But hey, let's put that whole part of the argument aside for a moment. Let's consider this from a point of view of me having to let you have your say. It's not true, but let's play this as if it is. So, you post your comment or send me an unsolicited tweet. What now? You've had your freedom of speech. So what now? Now, in many cases, the people who are firing crap at you are just people who are momentarily annoyed by what you said. That's fine. I can deal with that. You're entitled to not like what I have to say, and in many ways that's good, because people should have their views questioned from time to time. Living in a world where everyone thinks the same as you do tends to lead to a lot of cult-like nastiness. So these people say their piece, and they move on. Sometimes, if they raise a good point, or even just express a dissenting opinion in a constructive way, a good conversation can ensue. Then everyone goes away better for the experience, and we all get on with our lives. So those people aren't the problem. The problem is the other guys. And again, it usually is guys. Well, unless I'm talking about LGBT issues, then about 99% of them are women, but that's a conversation for another day. Now, these problem people, they aren't happy just saying their piece. They expect you to respond, and that's where I have a problem with them. You see, here's the thing, guys. You might believe you have the right to force your opinion onto me, but you have no right whatsoever to expect me to reply. Even if I was the US government and you had the right to freedom of speech to wave over me, you still have no right to my attention. You have no right to demand that I debate with you. You have no right to an audience for your views. And you most definitely don't have a right to force someone else to listen to what you're saying.
Listen to my opinions.
No.
Listen.
Nah. Now, I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way. I'm not saying that you can't talk to strangers, of course I'm not. Many of the best people that I know online I've met because I struck up a conversation with them, but that's the point. I struck up a conversation. I didn't barge in on them and start shouting, because I respected that they have a life, they have opinions, and while sometimes we'll disagree, we are still adults and will still treat one another with respect. So that's why I tend to delete comments that are specifically looking for an argument. That's why I ban haters. That's why when people barge in on Twitter and fire off tweet after tweet of bile and rage, I'll block them. Although, if I'm in a more playful mood, I'll mock them first and then I'll block them. Because I have a life to lead, just like you do. I don't come into your life and scream my opinions at you. Well, not unless you specifically invite me to do so, like you did when you clicked on this video. And you shouldn't do it to other people. Demanding other people's time and attention like that is self-entitled assholery. You're better than that, guys. Don't be one of the asshole crowd. Okay, that's really all I've got time for this week, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you did like this, and if you did, remember to click the like button, share this with your friends, particularly the ones that seem to try to pick fights online, and do remember to subscribe for future videos, because there will be more in the future. But until next time, I've been Kirk-Robinson, you've been watching the Nobmouse show, and I'll see you later.